Who would you like to see taking over from Liz Truss?
Well, I have no view at all on who the Conservative Party should choose as their leader, but I do believe that the Conservative Party is ungovernable, and whoever is selected will simply find that there will be new factions inside the party more determined to do them down than any other political purpose they will have. Britain deserves better than this. We all deserve better than this, which is why Keir Starmer is absolutely right. But the only way to have the fresh start that we need is to have a general election, and as I hope, a Labour government as a result.
But how are you going to get that general election? The Tories don't seem in the mood to go to the country now.
Well, I think their authority is completely collapsed. And I think that whoever they elect as their next leader will simply have on their hands exactly the same problem as their more recent leaders have had. But if you can appeal to one part of the Conservative Party, that guarantees deep enmity towards you from other factions within the same party. They're no longer fit or able to govern. They should recognise that. There surely are people in the Conservative Party who believe that the interests of the country are more important than the short-term interests of their own party. They should put their case to the country, and let's see who wins.
But I'm just confused as to how you're going to bring about this election. If the Conservatives are set against going to the country, how do you and Labour and the SNP, how do you bring about, and the Lib Dems, how do you bring about this election you also want so clearly?
Well, you're right, of course. Opposition parties do not have the votes on their own to see an end to this parliament, a parliament whose course has run and has created enormous damage in the lives of people in Wales and to the reputation of the United Kingdom abroad. I simply think that we simply cannot go on with a series of traumas inside the Conservative Party creating the damage in the lives of other people. They should recognise that. If they're confident in their case, take it to the country in an election and let's see that there is a new government with a fresh mandate and an opportunity, therefore, to deal with the enormous problems that lie ahead of whoever is in government.
And what about this growing suggestion, Mr. Drakeford, that Boris Johnson could stand in this leadership contest?
Well, that will be for the Conservative Party to decide. It's only a matter of months ago that nearly 60 ministers in Mr. Johnson's last government decided that he could not be trusted to tell the truth to such an extent that they weren't prepared to serve under him. Does anybody believe that all that has simply gone away in a few short months?
But someone was making the argument a little earlier that at least Boris Johnson could argue in a way that he has a mandate.
Well, he had a mandate that he frittered away, and he destroyed a mandate he had because of his own conduct in office. And of course, he's not out of the woods even on that front, because there is a House of Commons inquiry into whether he failed to tell the truth to the House of Commons. Anybody who thinks that a return to Boris Johnson is somehow a get-out-of-jail card for the Conservative Party must have some of the shortest memories in political history.